So good morning, campers. So we were making some progress here on the upper cabinets. Got everything slot cutted, whatever you call rabbited, whatever, like that there, and got all this kind of rough together. And then I was working on doing the face frame, and I cut all the rabbets in it. So that's ready to go on top of that and get glued together. But then, I need to cut out all the interiors of all that. So in getting ready to cut all those interiors and how much work and how much effort that's going to be for all 6 door faces, because we're going to have left, center, right, and then the upper left, right, center, left, and however that goes. And I was going to do that, and then the same for this. So I was going to start cutting out the face frames, the holes for this, for the cabinet doors. And for some reason, building it that way for this one kind of made sense, but this really, once I thought about it, doesn't make any sense at all. It did not need to be a continuous piece. Really, I could have just cut some strips and then cut rabbets in the strips and then just glued it on, and that way I would already have the cabinet cut out. So kind of a big waste of time really at this point, and I'm kind of debating on whether I should just kind of forget about this piece. But foam is expensive, man. It's like, $45 a sheet. But anyways, while I was debating on that, whenever I get like in a debate mode and I'm thinking about stuff, it's easy to get sidetracked. And so that's when I ended up deciding to get into something recreational, and kind of went a little nuts and ended up buying a motorcycle. So welcome to my new to me 2009 Kawasaki KLX 250S, the 4-stroke street legal version with the lights and all that good stuff. And it seems to be in really nice shape. There's a couple scuffs here and there, a little tiny dent on the muffler, and then like the turn signal's a little broken. Went through some odd stuff with the seller. He was trying to hide his identity and pretend like the title was in his name when it was somebody else's name and stuff like that, but title's legit and the numbers match, so should be cool. And then the only other thing I found odd is the carburetor's got some rusty parts on it, which are probably like cheap aftermarket Amazon parts. I'm gonna look at the carburetor name on it and see if the whole carburetor has that, or if it was just a cheap rebuild kit or something, and probably buy original Kawasaki parts to try and get it going good, because it does have a little bit of weird hesitation when when the motor's cold. It likes to hesitate. When it's nice and hot, it seems fine. But anyways, that whole thing, I've gotten sidetracked on motorcycles for the last few weeks. I really am a beginner pretty much. I used to have a bike when I was 19. I had a Kawasaki Ninja 400, EX 400. And this is my XR 100R I've had for a few years. It's been sitting in the backyard, and I've never gotten around to rebuilding the carburetor. So I'm gonna do that. I've already got it all pulled apart, and I got a new tire, actually a new inner tube on the front, got that put back together already. So I'm probably gonna start putting around with this thing, just to get, some confidence built up, and then eventually switch to this thing, because this is a little scary to me. For sure. I've never done dirt bike riding, so I have no idea what I'm doing. And in all that, process of that, I've had to get a bunch of gear. So I've got a couple helmets and all kinds of boots, and the motocross style boots, actual riding boots. I've got under my hat and stuff, I've got bunch of goggles and stuff, and of course not a fuel can, and because it tells you right on, do not use it for fuel. But last night we had a big thing where the rain was coming down so hard it flooded out the entire garage. This was a river right here, so I ended up taking all the camper stuff, everything that was could get damaged, and throwing it up on top of here. I probably forgot something. No, just a box that was empty. But basically, I haven't touched the camper for about 2 weeks now. I don't know if I'm going to get into it this weekend, but I wanted to at least give you guys an update. So if anybody cared, if there's like a person out there who wanted to know, that's where we're at. Like, here's the carburetor for the XR 100. But yeah, this is where we're at. We're the camper. I really am kind of regretting getting into the motorcycle thing, just because now I have a huge mess again. So I really want to get back into this and get it all cleaned up. But at the same time, I really want to go out in the desert and just ride a bike and have some fun. So I'm the guy that I always do projects, and I'm always working on something. And after a while, I get kind of burned out. I get kind of burned out and kind of bored, where it's like, I just want to have some fun. So never done dirt bike riding. Family didn't have that kind of money when I was a kid. So if I can afford to do it nowadays, and maybe I can't in a couple months, maybe, you never know what's going to happen job-wise, but kind of want to do that now while I can. So going to try to get into it with my buddy, friend of mine. And just nothing serious, we're just going to putt around on dirt roads, explore a little bit, and see what we can do. So that's where we're at for now. But like I said, I just wanted to give update, so if anybody's wondering. But like I said, the next thing we need to do on this thing is get back on the cabinets. And the other part I'm frozen on now, and I need to put some time into thinking about, is how do I want to do any kind of doors on the face frame of this, because I really don't want to do big old chunks of foam, and I don't really want to do heavy wood. I don't really want to do sliding, like a thin sliding panels. I don't really want to do that either. So I'm not sure. And then of course we also have the whole idea I talked about, where I want to do kind of a channel for the fan to sit down into, so we can clear the garage door. So I've been thinking about that too. So with all those ideas kind of crisscrossing each other, yeah, I need to take some time and really do some considerations and something like that. So there we are right now, and we'll see what we can do. Thanks for watching.